Hey guys, we'll be back again to OSP Pro. Uh, I'm very happy for all of you guys who happen to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I say guys, thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and all of you guys who are supporting me on my videos. Please guys, thank you very much. Liking the video, commenting, and also sharing. So guys, thank you very much. Now today I'm going to show you again something new called we are going to go back to our Microsoft Word. I remember been making with you guys videos for I remember making a video for hotel management system, the system, or like maybe the calculator stuffs. We made the calculators, we made the login panels, different login panels for our given students. Now today we are going to look at how can we access what known as the Today let us learn something new, like maybe the rental management system from VBA. So that guys also embed the same system on VB with the Visual Basic. I may use Visual Basic 10 because I noticed what most of the guys have in their machine installed. So let us start. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. This is Microsoft Word. I think all of you guys know how Microsoft Word tend to look like. Now, our main point is on the developer tool. I know you guys don't have the developer tool in your machine. Now, to get the developer tool in your machine, you have to go to Files. Then you go to Options. In Options, then you'll look for something called Advanced. Look for Advanced. Then from there, look for Customized Ribbon. From Customized Ribbon, you just go to this actually popular commands. Don't even change anything. You just see the developer tool here. Now you guys will find when it's like that, it's not ticked, there's no tick on it. So what you have to do, just give it a tick, and that's all. So that implies you have already imported one known as the developer tool, and then just click OK. So after doing that, then that implies guys at the moment will be in a platform to make sure that you start developing up your given application. Now we just try to turn my internet off so that I can speed up this stuff. I want it to just be a system within just if possible 10 minutes or 20 minutes to find the stuff done. Now the first thing I'm going to do at the moment is just to make sure that we have the first login. The most good system with is good to first have the simple login, whereby first someone have to first give in maybe the login, then takes the person to the next platform. Now I hope you guys already have the developer tool in your machine. If you don't have, if you don't want to use that method, you can also use Alt with F11. Use Alt with F11. When you use Alt with F11, then definitely will pop up in your machine. But if you're using Windows 10, it will not take you straight away. I think you have to use the Control with Alt F11. Mine is not giving me, I don't know why, but actually it is Alt with F11. As long as you're using Windows, then definitely will take you to the platform. Now for mine, I have mine. I think I will just go straight to my developer tool. I click on it. When you give it a click, I think the first thing you have to do at the moment is to go to one known as Visual Basic, which is just around us here. So I'll click on Visual Basic. Now in the Visual Basic, the first thing we're going to do at the moment is make sure that we import or we insert one known as a form. So I'll go to one known as Insert, then I'll say User Form. Now the first user form we happen to insert there becomes the first Form 1, or one known as Form 1. So the first thing I'm going to do back on this form is try to see that I try to resize it to the size I may tend to need. Now I may just go back here, click on the form, and then just go down here. Here down you'll always see here they're telling the height of our form. I will need something like 500 if possible, not 1000. I'll need 500 of the form size. So if you see 500, it takes up to down. And then I'll also look onto the width of our stuff. That's the height. The width is here. Now width you can make it 800. Yeah, that's cool, kind of cool, something like that. So if you try to run, just click on run. I think this is our form. Those not partitioned well. That implies I need to add more of the width. So the width I'm just going to make my width more kind of to take the entire screen. That implies it's going to be 1000. I'm going to take like 1000. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So if you try to cross check, wow, have something like like that. Now we don't want to see this thing anymore. User form 1. It looks funny, no? So let us remove that very fast. To remove this user form 1, just go back again on form. Don't change the name, just change on the caption. So this is a caption that we need to remove and change. I think when you see I'm changing, the other side is also changing. So I'm just going to make this one as rental management system. Rental management system. What others may call RMS, rental management system, RMS. Now I'll make the same system back again for you guys on you guys who are using PHP, Python, Ruby, Perl. We shall make the same system later on, even with XML. So at the moment, since we already have that with us, this is good. But now if you check, like I've said earlier to you, we need to make at least some kind of a login panel around here for our system, whereby a given user can try to first login, then takes us to the second form. So the first thing I'm going to talk about at the moment is to see how can we create up that given stuff. So I'll just click on one on us. I will need something called this is a label. So I'll just click on a label because I'll need a label here. Label, so let me just move that, and I just make it back my staff rental management system, like that. Sorry, I don't know why I'm always putting S there. Now this is our rental management system, so we just need to resize it so that it at least looks to the size of our font. So to add that, just come and click on the font, click on here on the font, so that we can maybe add font to our stuff, to our rental management system. Now remember guys, I'm using Microsoft Word to come up with this given application. So I'm just going to go back and make it bold, and I try to make this one to approximate like 50 if possible. So I'm just going to take that of 50. I'm going to make my own 50, something like that, and then I give that. That's good. Now if you check here, this is what we are having at the moment, and if you try to shake again, that's it. So I'm just going to try to resize our system a bit, that we look to be much of that. Then I also change the background back color to something else. This back color, from that into a system color. I'm going to pick system color, like maybe black if possible, or window text, gold. Then I also change on the fore color, which is black, turn it to kinda I'm just going to turn it to something like maybe button face. Wow, that's cool, no? So this is what we have at the moment. So I'm just going to try to resize my stuff again back this side. So if you try to shake this the other side, so trying to push my stuff in the middle. Oh, I think that's enough. Now I'll just also try to come back on our stuff, and I try to now take it up a bit, because there does not look more nice, pleasant for me. So that's what we have at the moment. Oh, wow, that's great. So if you just check back again on our PC, that's what we should have, rental management system. So that's how our rental management system is going to look like. So I just need to add more of the kind of the panel to my stuff. I always tend to use something called text box. I always like to use text box if I want to make some kind of decoration here. I always like to use it because it makes my stuff more nice and cool. I love the way it gives my, how it tends to bend it, into, it tends to give it more kind of light, and yeah, there's how cool it is whenever I use it. So if you shake back again here, I've tried to make that into our stuff. At the moment I can maybe draw it down a bit or leave it there. Yeah, that has a panel to separate. So I'm just going to change that background color to into the same kind of the color, the window buttons kind of the stuff, like that. So that implies at the moment we already have that kind of decoration. Let us just go downstairs and make the panel, the one for the login. So I'm just going to use one on as frame. I'll need a frame here. So this is a frame that will be handling our login. Yeah, sorry. If you hear anyone shouting in the background, please, that's not me. So just come back here again, and then you just try to make this into our form, and then you just something related to that. So if you shake that, this is the stuff. Just trying to shake on the width, so that we can have something which is pleasant to all of our users. So that's where our stuff is. So I'm just going to go back, check on trying to change this stuff. So this is going to be maybe login details. So that's going to be the login details for a given user, where a given user may tend to log into our system. So if I try to run the system back in, or shortly, let me first just frame this very first, and then I just try to go back to you again later on. So I'm just going to go back again on our stuff, and then tend to put on the add on the one known as the font size to the size of our choice a little bit if possible. So that's it. That's our login details. So if you try to run it, also it tends to give you something like that. So that's our login now. Login details, rental management system, login details. So let me just check back then here. You try to push it a bit. Now that's enough. So here now in our login, we need the username and the password with the register button. I would also like maybe to add the reset button, but I'll work on those on later on. So at the moment, I'll need the 3 buttons like I've said. We need the first button to be one on us the. This is one on us the login, what you can call the login button. I'll also need to have something called. Let's try to resize this a bit. I always tend to do that so that I can get something of the same size. So this one I can call to one as reset button, and then I also tend to copy that to get one as exit button. So I need to just make this one as exit button. So if you want to make that stuff to work more nice, you go back to where you happen to put your caption exit. In between that, you can put the one as and. Wow, this is not VB. This is not Visual Basic. Basically, this is a low version kind of Visual Basic. So I think that's it. So I will need just work on this button very fast. Now before maybe that, I'm just going to need one on us another labels within our form, which will carry our username and the password. Sorry. I'm just taking back in here. Like I've said, I'll need this one on us the someone username. I'll need the username of a given user or a given user who will be using the system. I'll also need their password here. Wow, something like that. So if you check right now, at the moment we need to add another stuff called text box. So I need the text box here. So this is the text box that so far we have. We just try to resize this back to normal. I'm just going to copy this, paste another one. Well, I have another one there, so we can just turn our stuff into kind of a look like maybe try to make it also a system color. Think me just leave it like that. Now this is what we have. So I think if you try to shake back in here to a system, you should be in position to have something like that. Friends, I should have something like that with you if at all we are together. So if you click here, this one should be kind of a button, you know, should have something relative to that. And here should be ready to take in the details of a given user, and here should be a password. So let's make this part of password to be password. Yeah, let us make that part of password to be password, real password. Now to do that kind of stuff, the first way we have to do that is to click on this panel for password and look for one on as password share. Password share, you know, password share is just someone here, somewhere here. So what you have to do there is put the letter that now you would like the password to look like. I give assumption to my side. I'm just going to give an asterisk or multiplication sign. That's enough. That implies anything that's going to be in the form of a password. Okay, my password is going to be like that. No, that implies my password is going to be. So if someone types something, password is like that, you know. Or if you don't want to use that techniques, that kind of stuff, you can still just click here and then you go back to our password share character, and then you tend to just put a dot. You know, if you put a dot, that implies your password is going to be in that format. Like I've said, it does not matter how wish you give it your stuff. So if I be typing in my password, someone will be seeing in form of a dot, you know. So that's how it is like. So it is going to be upon you how you'll come up with yours. If you know you're following me for this video, the thing that I'm going to do at the moment is to just make my password to be a kind of an asterisk, because I love to use that one. I think most of the guys attend to using that now. So I think that one will work good for us now. So without wasting time, let us work on these stuffs very fast. I'm going to first work on the exit button. I'll just double click there, and please add the following codes with me. Just put me into this and say just maybe me. Just type me.close. Me.close works in Visual Basic. Works in main actually Visual Basic, then the real version of 10 and above, and maybe and also in what in C#. Now here I'll just type one as, if you type me.close, which I don't have those parameters, that implies in a simple term, if I happen to come back here and I try to run this application, run very well, but when I click here, I think you can see I'll get an error. So to handle that kind of stuff, instead of giving me.close, I'll put me.hide. So that's enough, and it should not even come with the closing brackets. Closing bracket does not work in Visual Basic of Microsoft Word. Yeah, so you can try it on your own, get time, try it on, but then that's it. So I'll just go back in our form, and then if I try to click here on my form into this part of the application, if I try to come back here, try to give it, you know, some few stuffs. If I click here, I think you can see the application ends up now. That's good. That implies our stuff is already working. Now the next thing that we have to do at the moment is to work on the button, the form. Now if you check on this text box, this is text box. If you click here, this is text box 2, and then the password, that's text box 3. We would go further and do even the changing, but for this video I would like us just to know how to come up with the basic. Now the reset button is going to be we click on. Now remember, the reset button is going to be equating the entire text box to 0, to nothing. So you click here, in the text box, this text box 2 and this text box 3. So when you click on the reset button, just come in here, double click there, and you say text box dot text box or dot text, sorry, is equal to having nothing. Now, which text box are you talking to? We are talking to text box 2, whereby text box 2 is the if you remember text box 2, text box 2 is our what known as our username. So we have to give to text box 3 text box 3 dot text is equal to also having one as nothing, and that's only the piece of code that I have to give there. You get? It's only the piece of code that I have to give there. So if you check back in here at the moment, if I come back in here, try to run, I give some details there, I come in, I give my password. When I click here, it resets that stuff. You get? When I come back in here, I try to give some stuff there, pop. Now the stuff is really working. Now let us work on that panel of the login very fast. And I know I'm running out of time. Wow, really running out of time. Now the stuff I'm going to do at the moment is to work on the login. Now the login is to make sure you follow the same techniques. We're going to use some simple if statements. If I've never thought if statements on Visual Basic, please I just advise you to go and watch my videos for Visual Basic, and then you happen to understand the statements. And if maybe it's not so, I have made some good programming videos right from C. So I advise you to get some time, to watch those of my videos and just in a playlist, and you just go to see, and then maybe you'll be in the platform ready to learn. Now let us just click here. Now before clicking, I would like you to understand something that actually is going to help you. The first thing that I will talk about at the moment is about this login. Now the login, we are going to talk still with the text box 1 and then with the text box 2. So we would like those text box that when we click on, if it is what happened to give there, the character is true, to push us to the second form, which is our second form is going to be having the same parameters and the same dimension. So to make cut the story short, I'm just going to create the second form. Here, click here, say new open form. So if you check on this form, before going further, if you look at the form, we have the height of this form. It's the same height I want the other side to be having. This is the form. So I need the height to be, I think the height. So the height has been 500. So I will just come back in here on our second form here. I click on it. I turn the height to 500, and then change our width to 800 like we did to the other one. So our width is 800 now. That implies if you happen to click here on our second form, you should have something relative to that, no? Yeah, so if you click on second form, first of all, it will bring for you something like that. You get? So I think I need to check back in on our second form. What was the real width? Wow, it was 1000. Sorry for that. Yeah, so I'll just click here and I just make it 1000 like that. So if you try to run, I think you can see we're getting a good frame now. Stuff. So the thing that I'm going to talk about at the moment is to make sure that at least we have something that's moving. Now the first thing that I'll talk about at the moment, we need now at the moment, how can we make this form when you click on takes us to the second form. So this is what I have here. I'm just going to copy it as it is. I then just come back here now, second form, I paste it there. So I'll just come back on top like it has been to the other form. And we have something like that, something like that, rental management system, something like that, and maybe if possible with the same stuff also. Here I have that same stuff. I'll copy that very thing and also paste it just around there, so that I just drag it to where I want it to be. So that's it. That's good to go. That's good to go. No, this is good to go. So what we want here in the second form, we want when someone logs in, it can come in here, maybe it adds the following. So I'll first of all go back with our frame before we make even the login panels or the details. Now on the login part, whereby someone will come in and tend to give in the details for his login credentials. So I'll first make something ready to be used. Wow.